Welcome to Meet Me in the City, a podcast exploring music through the boroughs of America. I'm joined, as normal and always, by my friends and co-hosts, Sean and Dan. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Doing really good.
It's a sunshine day.
It's a sunshine day.
It's a sunshine day.
Sprinkle's on the board with us.
Hello, Sprinkle.
We had good sandwiches.
We had good
yeah.
sandwiches. We went to Tony and Pete's.
Best
good.
sandwiches.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Every time I eat one, I think it's the best sandwich I've ever had.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome.
we'll have to get a little food talk in here every once in a while. We're
Turkey
joined.
pesto.
Which one is yours?
Turkey pesto.
Turkey pesto.
I like the shroom too, that mushroom.
Oh, I haven't had that one yet.
I want to try that one.
Really good, yeah.
Dear listeners, that voice you heard is our guest today, who's also co-signing on the Tony and Pete sandwich. Apparently, it's a very good place if you're in the Dayton area to grab a sandwich. Please welcome to the podcast today, John Dubuc. John, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
Really good to have you.
Really good to have you. There's some sort of crossover with several people that we've had on the podcast already.
Yeah.
Probably lots of crossover.
Yeah. It's the Dayton scene. We're in Dayton. You all know that we like to kind of hang out here, and this is how we've got our start, by reaching out to people we know or people that we know that they know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how John got to us. We had Brandon on a couple episodes ago, and he got us your contact, and so big shout out to Brandon.
Brandon Barry.
Brandon Barry,
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon. If you're listening to this, we appreciate the connection.
He's the up-and-comer. man.
He's the up-and-comer.
He is, yeah.
He's doing good work.
And he still owes us a pizza date. So
That's true. We got to go to Tiffin and check out this
That's right.
weird
Oh, yeah.
fold-over pizza stuff he talked about.
He knows you'll never be in Tiffin, and that's why he promised to get you
Oh,
pizza
see.
from Tiffin. Yeah.
It's called
Never-
an empty gesture.
Never tease a fat guy because I'm going to hold him to it.
Yeah.
We want that pizza.
That's right.
Well, John, get us started. You know, where are you from? Where do you hail from?
I hail from Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
Miami Valley Hospital, 1968.
Nice.
Yeah. I grew up in Centerville, so I'm a
Okay.
South Side kid.
Okay.
And South Side, like
the
it's
Bronx.
the mean streets. Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
South Philly.
Yeah,
Born and raised.
I'm down at South Centerville.
Centerville Elk. I couldn't be prouder. And,
Yeah?
yeah. So I lived in Chicago for 10 years in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, to 2003.
We'll maybe
And
get
then
into that a little bit.
Moved back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How was growing up in Centerville for you?
that was great. It really was, man. It was a pretty great place to grow up. Am I okay?
There you
You're
go.
good.
I'm going to
Thank you.
scoot up a little.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Great.
There.
That's
All right.
awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like the classic childhood, throwing snowballs at cars and sledding hills and all that kind of stuff. you know.
Fun.
Yeah, fun. It was great.
Bill's Donuts.
Bill's Donuts.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Kettering Village Inn. You guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Best
Oh,
Italian food in Dayton for sure. And then
Yeah.
gone.
that's so out of.
Man, I have not heard that.
I
in
know.
a while.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
so many places we've talked about over the course of this podcast, whether they're venues, restaurants, places, record shops, whatever. But that's a first, Kettering Village Inn. Man, I have not thought about that place
Me
either.
either.
ever.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I
Thank
just
you.
want some. I can think of that pizza.
They had sugar packets with little like classic cars on them.
Oh,
And I would pretend to drop my fork under the table and open one and drink it.
sneaky.
It's a trick.
Sneaking the sugar.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I like it. When did so growing up? Did you grow up in a house that music was around? Did you listen to a lot of music growing up?
No, my parents had like kind of semi bad taste in music, so I
Okay.
didn't have a lot of. My mom had a lot of Christmas records I liked.
Yeah.
I still like Christmas
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
So
Me
whatever.
too.
Yeah, a lot of Perry Como, Christmas, that
Nice.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Johnny Mathis, whatever. Barbara Streisand. There
Yeah.
were Barry Manilow records. My dad liked kind of like country music, but he didn't own anything. It was just like if you were in his car, you listened to Kenny Rogers or Buddy Holly and stuff like that, but nothing around the house. It was the next door neighbors that got me into music.
Okay.
So, my next door neighbor George, who babysat us, they had their cousins Lori and Frankie Koski from. They were from Michigan, and they would come every summer and spend the summer at the Gata's house next door. And they're the ones who got me into the Beatles, specifically the Beatles.
Okay.
You know, they're still my favorite thing that ever existed ever in the history of the world.
So how much older was this guy who babysat you?
George he graduated probably in 78 or something like that. So 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it takes the place of that older.
That's bad math. You know,
I was just going to brush over it, but, whatever.
Like, hey,
I mean,
8 years, 9 years. Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're not mathers here.
Mathers. I considered myself one until now.
Till this minute.
Until this, yeah.
I was just going to breeze by it and let it be,
Okay,
but
it's
whatever,
cool.
man. Like,
Yeah.
5, 10.
yeah, 1 + 1
15,
= 3. I don't
Someone
care.
would have said something.
Yeah, probably. But
Yeah.
but point stands. So often we hear about an older sibling, cousin, friend, somebody who's putting you on to something.
Now you brought up two things. I feel like I'm already being long-winded here.
You're fine.
No,
dude.
we
not
want to
at all.
hear you talk.
Yeah.
My Aunt Jane, who was my mom's baby sister, she married a guy, Nevin St. Romain, and he worked for Atlantic Records. He was an A&R dude. He was from Louisiana but lived in Dallas. She moved to Dallas. She was a stewardess for Delta in the 70s.
Okay.
And hot aunt. And totally. And
We don't talk about too many hot
Yeah,
ants on the
I
podcast.
know. I'll go
Is
there.
she still hot or?
Yeah. She's Aunt Jane. She's in her 70s.
I was young.
Yeah, I was young.
But so we had access to like records. Like we'd go to Texas. They lived in
my.
Texas, so we'd go there on spring break, and we'd come home with like crates full of like Atlantic Records and April Wine T-shirts.
Oh my
How
god.
cool
This
is that?
seems significant.
Yeah.
Well, it was significant in that, and then we got the Rolling Stone record guide, my brother and I, and we went through that. And so I got into classic rock after the Beatles, which they were the only thing that existed from like third grade until like, I don't know, 1980 or something. I never listened to anything else. But then we started
That's also bad
listening
math,
to
but
other
we'll
records.
let it
Yeah,
go.
whatever. 78, 79, whatever. Yeah, bad math. Forget the math. I'm just guessing.
It's just rock and roll, man.
But
It's rock and roll, yeah.
It's rock and roll.
3
And
chords.
Then we got that Rolling Stone record guide, and we started like, I'm like, oh, the Stones, the Doors, Jimi Hendrix. So it was all very classic rocky
Yeah.
kind of stuff that we got into. And then, but 97X was, and I had the older brother. You brought that up.
Yeah.
I have an older brother.
Okay.
And he would listen to Robin Planet X, and it was like a late night show. So it was on from I forget what time she went on. It was like at 10 at night, maybe till now. I feel like I'm better. There we go.
There you go.
See,
Sink
like
it in
these
there.
mics. I want to
Get up
just
on there,
chill
man.
out. I want to drink beers with you guys. Is
Yeah.
what I want
We
to do.
should have had some beers.
Next time.
Yeah, I like drinking beer. But like 11 o'clock at night until like 1 in the morning, she had some weird shift. And he would put like 120-minute tapes in.
Oh yeah.
And then he'd wake up at some point and flip it. So we just had all these alternative songs. So that's where I started hearing like
Amazing.
the Buzzcocks and X and
Okay.
all that shit that really, got me going after the Fab Four.
So what do you remember the first time you heard the Beatles? What record was it, and what did you think? Because it was pivotal, obviously.
Hugely. The very first thing I heard was a single, which was Twist and Shout, and on the other side, I can't remember, There's a Place or something like that. It was one of those, like, it was like a weird, it was like right in the 70s when like the Red and the Blue album came out, and then there was a rock and roll music album, that double album with the silver cover.
Oh,
the
yeah. Yep.
And they made singles off of that, and they got really hot again in the like right at that time. And I was in third grade or something, or between third and fourth grade. So that single first, and then I made my mom. We were at Gold Circle
Yeah.
Good old gold
in
circle.
Old Cross Point,
Yep.
and
Wow.
which was no cross. It was just Gold Circle.
Yeah.
That was it. And you could walk to it. Like 675 wasn't there, so we'd walk to it from my house. I grew up on Marshall Road, right there in
Okay.
Centerville,
Oh, okay.
south of Whip Road,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Village
yeah.
South. And I made her buy. I was like, "Mom, you have to buy me this," because the cover of Sgt. Pepper's was amazing anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, "You got to buy me this." And she's like, I'm like, it was like $7.99 or something, or five, I don't know, but 1978 money, it was a lot of money. And she stressed out about that stuff. And my brother had no problem. You got to buy me a Christian Dior shirt. Brad's got a Christian Dior shirt. He would guilt her, but I was like a nice kid. So I was like, you have to buy me this. And she was like, okay. And she bought it. And I wore that thing out, man. And I figured out immediately that I had a knack for like memorizing lyrics and stuff like that. So it was huge. I mean, it was immediate for me. It was one of those like, I don't want to do it. I want to be John Lennon that's it for my entire life. Still do. Yeah.
There you go.
It's just a crazy, the amount of people you had around you though, from next door neighbor, Aunt Jane's, Boo.
A&R. Boo. I like that.
Yeah.
Considering, as you said with your parents, like not a lot, but you had a lot around.
Yeah.
It's pretty great to have that early on. That era, there must have been kind of a whole thing with the Beatles, 8-10 years after, because as a record guy, they had those maroon labels that came out right around then too. The Capitol maroon label ones were all in that late 70s, so they must have had just a big pop.
They did, but then like the thing was with my age group, it was with maybe a little bit older kids or something. I think I was in the minority because when I got to middle school, it was all like Jay Giles' band was hitting and all that stuff, and I got made fun of like really hard
For liking the Beatles?
Yeah. It was the Beatles. They suck. They're old, And John Lennon dying was like a big, huge, that was a weird middle school, like I don't belong here experience for me, Yeah. I got kind of made fun of for even like being upset about that. So it was like kind of weird, but it was really sad.
If you go back and think when you were that age, it was very much keeping up with whatever is the latest and greatest.
Yeah.
And anything that's older than like a year or two, you're like, oh, that's old stuff. Like, and not 10 years, just a year or two. If it's off the top 40, people are like, why are you listening to that still?
Yeah.
Well, and you had Z93.
Yeah.
Pop hits. Then you had TUE
back in the old,
playing the classic.
Yeah.
What was WONE playing? Were they playing country back then?
No.
Do you remember?
WONE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Or was that Cincinnati? I don't even know.
What was the number of that? Do you remember?
96 point.
96.5.
Was that them?
What was EBN?
What was the big wazoo?
EBN was like 102.7. Is that right?
Yeah,
rock.
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Listen
They were
to us.
basically like TUE.
Listen to us.
We've already mentioned the 97X, TUE,
I
Z93,
know.
back when radio
Yeah.
was different.
We're all like the same age,
That's
man.
right.
I know. We don't have a lot of people our age. We could reminisce about this.
I know, we
I
just go
still
on.
miss having 97X or something similar to 97X. Even NKU was playing some really good stuff. You know, it's we just don't have it. You have YSO,
Right.
which is their programming is really good.
Novophonic, super fun.
And it's I think they have stuff all over the place, but 97X is where you went to find what's new, what's popping.
Oh,
what's,
yeah.
What everyone in Europe was listening to, and on the coast we're listening to since we're landlocked here.
It got you into that whole college music thing, which was like
Yeah.
way off the beaten path. And that's it, you could break from all of your friends. and be
Right.
like,
So
check
when you
this
were
out.
listening to 97X, those tapes your brother made, you mentioned the Buzzcocks. What else was coming out of there that was like, whoa, really changing your perspective?
Because Buzzcocks a little bit not in the same stream as the Beatles.
No, but real clever.
were.
Like
Yeah.
the pop, like the melodies are always like
The
they're
songwriting.
just, hooky songwriting
Yeah.
stuff. Never liked. I never got into. I still don't. I appreciate them more just from a technical standpoint, but like stuff like Zeppelin and stuff, never.
Really?
Still to this day, and like never floated my boat because it was all just kind of jammy. I was always like, like their "Don't Bore Us, Get to the Chorus," the Tom Petty thing. I don't like all the other stuff was, because even the craziest Beatles shit is all like they're all like 3.5 minutes long.
Right.
Like the White Album, you're like, oh, it's wild. They got crazy, but they're still like they're over before they start.
That's
I love
right.
that.
That's
They just
right.
pack so much in there. That's like my favorite.
Yeah.
Economy and So that's what that stuff was to me. And so, like, to answer your question, I don't know, the Ramones, huge. The Violent Femmes, that first record of theirs, was great. And the Replacements, they were the second band that changed my life.
Really?
Yeah, X, boy, I don't know. I mean, there's so many great bands at that time.
I always thought when I listened to The Obvious, you can tell the Replacements, kind of that grit, Minneapolis grit, is all over it.
Yeah, if we get into The Obvious, that was a weird, the actual, like what my perspective compared to what, was going on in the band. It's interesting.
Well, before we want to get there for sure.
Yeah, we will.
Let's talk. Like, when did you start to say, I want to pick up an instrument and I want to start playing?
Well, the Beatles, immediately. I wanted to play guitar. I just never did. Like, really, I think I maybe hinted at my mom, but it wasn't until I was friends with Morgan Taylor. Morgan from, he was in the Life and Times. He was in Glee and Beak. He just passed away a couple of years ago from COVID. He was really good friends with Nick Eddy and Dave Ponitz and those guys in bands. And then he moved to New York City. But anyway, super talented, extremely funny guy, like greatest imitator of, he could imitate any sound, he could imitate a Speak and Spell. Exactly. He could draw every member of Kiss and all this stuff. So we hung out in Sunday school together, and we were both like big music geeks, and we would steal food from the food drive box, the little boxes of cereal and stuff, because both our moms were in the choir, so they were friends, and our parents were friends. So we wound up going to church camp together, and we went to his house. It was 81, probably, maybe. And we went to pick him up, or we all drove together or something to church camp, Camp Kirkmont. I feel like it was in Bellefontaine or something. And he's like, you got to come up to my room. And he had like a Stratocaster, like a beautiful Stratocaster. And I was like, holy shit. And which is like that's a lot of guitar for you're in 6th grade or something. And he was like,
now, was this in his room, or he brought this to church camp?
It's in his room.
Okay, all right.
When we went to pick him up to go to church camp.
Okay.
So, and he's like, I've been taking guitar lessons at Baloo Music Shop, and he pulled out the Alfred's Guitar Method, which is like the little book you learned how to read music out of. And he played a song from that, and I was so jealous, real insanely jealous. Like, that was the first time I was ever like, oh, man. And after that, I was like, Mom, you got to get me a guitar. And then she got me, my first guitar was like a Global. It was the cheapest piece of shit. It was like a Sears, it was out of the Sears catalog, literally. Yeah. And she hid it under her bed before Christmas, and I found it. And I knew it was in there, and I was like, oh my God. And it was like, and as I took lessons, I went to Baloo Music too, and I took guitar lessons and learned how to play. But I didn't like guitar lessons because I didn't want to learn how to read music. They had in the back of the book, they had a chord chart. Yeah. Just the last page was a bunch of pictures of chords. Sure. And every week he would teach me the stuff and be like, work on this for next week. He was a really nice guy. He was a bodybuilder. His name was nice. Tony Nicewander. And he had
a stage.
Tony Nicewander. I mean, he had he was a really good guitar player, but he was super muscular, and he always wore tank top shirts. Nice. And I had this crappy little guitar.
Interesting.
And he'd try to be like, you got to learn this first. He'd teach me the method stuff, and then at the end he'd teach me one chord. And he wound up he dropped 300 pounds on his face bench pressing, and he had to get plastic surgery and shit. So he was gone for like 6 months, and I had to get it a replacement teacher. And this guy was no fun at all. And I was like, Mom, I don't want to take guitar lessons anymore. So I never even waited for Tony to get back. I just kind of quit. But I learned 5 chords. That's all I needed. And then I started writing songs right off of that. Yeah.
You're off.
Yep. That's all you needed.
How old were you at this point?
Maybe 12. Okay. 13 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you play with Morgan?
I never played with Morgan. No.
No.
We were
You
friends.
ditched him after church
Well,
camp.
he was a Kettering kid, so at that age, like they start going to different schools, and like you just don't see each other. We'd see each other like I kind of stopped going to church at some point. I didn't have to go to Sunday school anymore, and so I was not involved in that at all. So, I would see him once in a while because once the music scene started, we started, mixing it up. But yeah, he was a cool dude, man.
Was he?
Pivotal.
Yeah.
Morgan? Yeah, he was cool, man. He was.
Sorry, I don't think I ever met him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. What was your first band?
The obvious.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
How old were you when it started?
My friend Tom Vandervoort and I, he was my best friend starting in 4th grade. We met. He moved here from Erie, Pennsylvania, and he played drums. And so he had a drum set in his basement. So probably around 8th grade or something, we started playing in his basement. So I played guitar and he played drums. And it was kind of like we were trying to write songs, It was never like, The Obvious started out as a cover band, but we were always trying to write. We always mixed in our own stuff. So,
what covers?
Oh God,
it was
Fire by Jimi Hendrix. We did like lots of Kinks songs.
Oh, nice.
Lots of Beatles. And Nick Kazernis will vouch for this. Like we talk about it all the time. We weren't very good musicians. Like none of us really. And we would we wouldn't even bother to learn the songs properly. We just it's just sort of like suss the chords and then just do our version. And it was
cool.
It was pretty terrible. It really was. I'm not even being modest. I think the whole time we were pretty awful. I don't think we ever were that great. I think the songs were pretty good. I know that's a humble brag, but I think the songs were pretty good, but I don't think the band was ever that great. I don't know.
I don't know about
Looking
that.
back,
Yeah. You're 18 or 17 or whatever you are.
But you're
guys-
doing it.
Yeah,
You're doing it. Yeah, we did it. I did it. I had to do it. But I was not even planning on singing until we had a singer, Doug Raymer. He was one of my friends growing up too. I still know him, but he was our singer and he was pretty bad and we had to fire him. That was
man.
And then we were like, what are we going to do? And then I sang My Generation at practice and they were all like, you're the singer. And I'm like, okay. So that was it. And then I was the singer.
So how did Nick and the other guys come? Like what year did you actually form? You two got together, but the other guys come in?
Freshman year at Centerville High School, 83,
Man, that's
83,
young.
84. We brought Nick in and then Greg Johnson, the bass player, he lived down the street from me. He was in before Nick. Nick was probably introduced by Greg, I would think, because they were like buds. They used to draw comic books together and shit.
Okay.
I wasn't really into that ever, still not. But he, they brought Nick, and Nick just what Nick brought was no fear. He would just do anything and not be embarrassed. He was on my paper route, and I would walk home. I was walking home one night on my paper route, and I walked past his house. He'd cut through backyards, and I looked in the window of his living room, and he was in there, and he was swinging a microphone, and he was singing along to Who's Next or whatever, the one with Athena on it. What was that one? Eminence Front.
Oh yeah,
that album. It's Put On. Yeah.
I love
he was
that cut.
listening to the Who, and he was he had an acoustic guitar. He didn't know how to play it, but he was playing anyway. And he was had a microphone, just a little what you would plug in to record on your 8-track recorder or something. And he was swinging it like Roger Daltrey. And I was just looking, it's dark outside. It's wintertime. It's dark outside and light inside. He couldn't see me. So I'm just watching him for 10 minutes. And finally I knocked on the window and he walked. He just walked up. He's like, oh, hey. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, oh. And we went out. He came around and we talked for a minute. And then after that, I would just I'd show up to deliver the Sunday morning paper and he'd answer the door. This is 8th grade and he'd have a cup of coffee. And he'd be wearing a robe. He'd be like, hey, John, and I'd be like, hey, what's up, Nick? And we just kind of got to know each other. And then Greg, but I didn't think of him joining the band. It was just, but then Greg was like, what about Nick? We could get him. And he immediately came in and, was like, oh, I can play guitar. And he just had no shame, which was like, I was like terrified. And he just was like, oh, I can do this,
I think it's pretty rare to just be fearless when you're going to get up there and play music. But
I still think it's crazy. I still can't.
It is.
Especially young.
It's nuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still can't do
Because
it.
you're afraid of what people say about you and
of
judge
course.
you.
And in
your
high
identity
school,
is like,
in high school, you're worried about, well, what are my friends, my peers, my classmates? What are they going to say?
And just standing in front of all those people,
yeah.
good God, skinny kid. I'm so self-conscious. I was like, oh my God, this is like my worst nightmare.
See, I was the fat kid, and that's the same feeling.
It's
You're
just
like, yeah.
Like either way, you're kind of made fun of relentlessly.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm not fat now.
you ain't fat.
You ain't nothing.
I'm still skinny. I mean, I still like being skinny is like a whole different thing. Sometime we'll lament the, the pitfalls, the trials and tribulations of a skinny guy.
There you go.
I'm not
I'd like to
familiar
find
with,
out.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
But
With those trials.
but it
So-
worked out. It was fun.
First show.
First actual show we played a pool party at Black Oak Swim Club.
Oh, wow. Black Oaks.
That was probably our first paid gig. Yeah, because Tom lived in that neighborhood and belonged to that swim club. So somehow
That was near where I lived.
yeah.
Yeah.
You were a Black Oak kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. So you guys played there for like a sort of.
It's just like a pool party sort of thing. I don't even remember adults being there. They probably were, but it was like a thing. We just played our like what we'd been working on, and we played a party in Michelle Bricker's basement.
Oh, Michelle.
You remember Michelle? Okay.
My bell.
She lived in. Yeah, I still know her. I keep in touch with her, but she lived in Black Oak too. And then we played the first gig I really remember was Wright State it was like in the student union. It was a Girl Scout party. It wasn't the Ratskeller. It was just upstairs in the union, which they, after that, like in the early to mid 80s, they did a lot of shows there.
Yeah.
They would do quite a few. They'd
It's
have
come up.
2 stages, and bands would just take turns
Oh,
playing on
really?
either side of that room. That was
That's
cool.
cool.
The Replacements played there in like 82 on the
Really?
83, the Hoot Nanny tour.
At
Yeah.
Wright
I
State?
did not
At Wright
know
State.
that.
No.
That's a first. We've not heard that
I
story.
have- Ed Pittman told me a story too. I'm going to tell you a story.
Yeah,
That's good.
please.
Go
That's
for
what
it.
we
If you guys
want.
know
Come
Ed,
on.
but apparently, I think it had to be that show. But apparently, he was hanging out at the old Walnut Hills, which became Tanks
Yeah.
or Ludwig's or Tanks, whatever. And they were just hanging out one night, and the Replacements just came in, and they were like, "Hey, we're a band, we're in town." I think it had to. I just tried to do the math on me and math, but on when they would have been in Dayton playing a show, so it was probably the same one. They probably had a night off, and they just came in, unless the show was early at the student union or whatever. But they came in and were like, "Hey, we'll play for beer." And they were like,
they would.
okay. And Pittman said they just set up and started playing.
That's insane. I have
And they wound up
never
drinking.
heard that.
No.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That added to the list of bands that have played in Dayton.
We-
It could be a lie. That was me. I just did it. I did it. I caught myself. See that?
Okay, it's all right.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
the first. We haven't heard that one. We've heard
No.
of tons of crazy bands who have played on the, as they're coming up. But that's the first that we've heard of the replacements. Yeah, coming through. Wild.
That's amazing.
So,
I'm
why
jumping
play
all over the
music?
place.
I mean, why did you have to play music? When you were learning.
Because I wanted to write songs and be John Lennon, man. I did. I wanted to just write songs immediately. As soon as I started playing guitar, that was like what I wanted to do. I didn't want to. We did the covers because we had to, but
Sure.
I wanted to do my own thing, And I just copied everybody until I got my own kind of thing going,
Yeah.
So,
it
in the
is.
obvious, when did that flip from doing covers and some of your own to just all straight on your own?
That was pretty quick. We did. When was our first? Our first show at Canal Street was I keep closing my eyes because that's how I think.
Yeah, yeah.
It's okay.
1985, probably the band playoffs. So, and we won the next year.
Oh, you played multiple years.
We
multiple
played.
times.
Yeah, we lost in '85.
We played in '87.
Did you?
Yeah, and
Who
we were
did
out
you-
first.
Yeah, we
Who'd
lost in
you
the
lose-
first round our first time.
Oh, in the first round. So
Yeah.
you were 16-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of math.
Prob-
87.
Probably
we
about that.
graduated.
It was
Yeah.
before November, so I would have been,
Yeah.
yeah, probably 16.
So
I'm
how
gonna
was
take your word
that?
for that. 17 maybe.
Playing Canal Street.
It was really cool, and we had like a huge repertoire by then. Like we had started right now because the Ramones, actually, I should bring up, were a huge game changer just for songwriting.
Yeah.
'Cause that they just were a good template for like everything was in a square. You know,
Yeah.
dun dun dun, like 1-4-5, 5-4-1. You know, whatever. There's the big combination of like 3 chords, and you could just imitate and write a million songs that
Yeah.
sounded just like that and give them stupid names. And so that's how I learned how to write songs. I didn't jump right in and try to write, you know,
John Lennon-esque.
John Lennon songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot to ask.
Meet Me in the City, sponsored by Twisted River Coffee Roaster. Twisted River offers an unpretentious approach to specialty coffee. Visit twistedrivercoffee.com and use promo code INTHECITY at checkout to receive a one-time discount of 10% off your entire order.
So your parents had to go to Canal probably because you're underage.
They went to
Yeah.
all the shows. Yeah.
Did you guys get a lot of people out?
Yeah. Centerville High School people showed up, man. If
Awesome.
they, I don't know. I still don't know exactly how everybody got in to those shows. I don't know if they brought their parents or if there was like, cause I remember some people with their friends would, or our friends' parents would come and they would watch the show, but I'm not sure how all those people got in. I know we got in because of our folks.
you know, kids from Centerville coming down to Dayton.
I think they were just more lax than
Probably, yeah.
But it was really cool. We got lots of turnout for those shows. My brother's friends especially would show up, you know, and they were kind of a, you know, whatever. They were more of a motley, popular group of guys, not like the nerdy, scrawny guys that I was friends with, but they would show up and they would like, you know, I don't know. That's all complicated, but they would show up, you know, steal votes. I mean, I don't think we legit won the '86 band playoffs because I'm pretty sure Ed Pittman. We didn't ask them to do this, but people would just show up and they would just grab ballots. Because I remember when we played against Rhino 39. You guys remember them?
Yeah.
And they were like seriously a good band. Like they knew how to play. They were professional. They had girls doing their hair in the band room.
Wow.
They did. They were arrogant shitheads, and they'd admit that themselves. Sean Farrell was in. John Pickard, Mike Norgren, and Dan O'Connor. Do you remember? Okay. Anyway,
You guys are older than me, so
what year did you graduate?
He brings this up
Eh,
every
we
time.
are,
95.
yeah, we
I'm
are
just-
older than you. Okay.
just a touch.
Just a touch, but
And then the gap from us to Sprinkle more than just
Yeah.
a touch. But
Yeah.
that's a whole other thing.
he's fascinated though. Look at him. So you can tell this is riveting stuff. But anyway, the jump from original, like being a cover band to it, once we started doing like Buzzcocks covers and mixing those in, we just started pushing more and more stuff out immediately with our own stuff. And it got, you know, we got our repertoire up to like 20 songs, and then it was all original sets, you know. And then we put a record out. We won the playoffs.
Home? Was that home? Or
That was home.
AP,
Yeah,
like an AP?
That was the prize for winning the playoffs was 3 hours of recording at Rephrase Studios.
We won that too.
Did you
but
win?
This was when I was in Tim, but they ate up.
You were in Tim with Widener.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep, it
so
was-
Widener was in my band for
right,
a while. Yeah.
Exactly. We just
Lots of crossover.
I know.
Wow, here we go.
Dayton's a small town,
It sure is.
but we we won that too. And then, but they took so much time on the drum. I think they took almost an hour and a half on the drums to get that right, that we had so little time.
No time
Oh,
left.
they didn't do that with us.
I think they saw sucker on our face and said, here we go.
I feel like 3 hours. I mean, I'm sure there was more than that my parents paid for or something. I don't know, but I don't recall. But we went in and knocked it. It was like a 6-song EP.
Wow.
And
That's amazing.
We knocked a bunch of songs out, and I can't listen to it. I people do. They still are like, I got your EP. Look, and I'm like, oh, burn it. But I know.
Who did the cover of that?
Some guy,
Because it's cool.
Jim Carter. It was really cool.
It
Way
is.
way cooler than we were at that time. The Jim Carter Rev Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had I Wanna Records, and he signed us to that.
That was his label.
That was his label.
Did
so he
he
had
bring
3.
that
No, he didn't bring it up
He
when
did
we
not
talked to
bring
him.
that up.
Carter didn't bring it up.
No.
What a jerk. He should have. Yeah, it was us, the Highwaymen, Tuba Blues.
Yeah.
There might have been one other band.
There was
on
I just saw this.
Are we talking about the comp?
It was wasn't it
It's so hard. to
Guided
do
by
that.
Voices,
Oh, GBV. Yeah, that and they were a little
the
bit
first record.
Yeah, their first record. And me and Nick get thanked on that first record. That's pretty funny. We did play with them a lot, like at Canal Street. They were just a band. They
Really?
were just
You
yeah.
played with those guys?
Yeah, they were just doing like a Thursday night like us, They were just
Yeah, they were on
On that-
that yeah.
That big comp, right? Because he did give us.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because
so we
Rev
have
Cool
that.
gave us.
It's
that
so
comp.
hard to be cool. I don't think Guided by Voices was on that. There were a bunch
Yeah.
of other bands on there.
Yeah.
Frankie Camaro and I don't know, Tall Lonesome Pines and all kinds of Human Switchboard was on that compilation. So,
We
some
love-
of these bands are actually still like,
That's
doing
one thing we
something.
love is band
Names.
names,
Yeah.
and like especially your first bands. That,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
oh
The
my
names that
gosh.
don't make it.
Yeah.
the names that don't make it.
Yeah.
Like ours. We stole ours. We couldn't think of a name, and our bass player went down to Columbus. There was a band there called The Obvious. He just saw it spray painted on a dumpster. He didn't know it was a band. He's like, "Hey, I saw The Obvious spray painted on a dumpster. Should we do that?" We're like, "Sure." And that was it. And then we found out it was another band. We just didn't care,
Yeah. Fight us.
Fight us, yeah.
Meet us by the dumpster.
Fight us. They would have won. Yeah, there's no doubt.
You skinny kids.
So when did you guys start really you guys toured, right? You guys were
Yeah.
We toured. The problem was the home thing. Since we had Jim Carter, we put out that EP,
right.
and he like really promoted the shit out of it. Like we got in the CMJ, and he would just send it
wow.
all over the place, just because he could, because he, his YSO connections and all that stuff. And we got lots of national airplay. So we actually we charted in the CMJ while we were seniors in high school. We got like
That's crazy.
we're like number 32 for a week or something.
Wow.
Like for like 7 days we were ahead of you too. Like that was and 87 and then the Joshua Tree and then it just climbed the charts. But we were in high school and we were not way too not punk rock enough to drop out of school and tour. So by the time we graduated and actually went out, it had already lost its, luster. But we went out. We did an East Coast thing, went to New York and Connecticut and New Jersey and wherever else. Where's the West
Philly.
Virginia, Morgantown, West Virginia.
Okay.
We didn't do Philly. It was pretty small. I mean, we had limited resources, but yeah, we did like kind of an East Coasty. We did Boston and
Wow.
and to little, fanfare. It was like very, very, nobody there, or you're just on these weird bills,
And you
Providence,
were
Rhode Island.
just like 18, 19, just out
Yeah,
of high
we
school.
were 18. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, right after we graduated. That first one, I feel like it was cold. So maybe it was 87, but it was like, I can't even remember the dates, honestly. Yeah, it might have been like fall or something of 87. Then we did another one in 88. And then because Ernest quit the band, and we did a couple other things, like as a 3-piece. We did a Midwest tour thing, but after that it was just kind of, I don't know, it was dumb. It was just, I feel like I really feel like I should have like quit the band like right when Nick did, or gotten, just done something else. Like I kind of just rode a non-existent wave for a while. I was just floating, I didn't want to hurt my friends' feelings and stuff. I should have moved on. And then I moved to Chicago with the band, which was also, should have just moved to Chicago, or not moved at all in hindsight, honestly. Because then as soon as we moved, Dayton took off, and then GBV and all that stuff happened. Not that I care or anything about that, but it's just like, I always say that like I'm responsible for the whole thing. My leaving is the reason.
I got out of town.
Yeah, exactly.
It created this vacuum.
It did.
My creativity's gone, so now you guys can
go back to when you guys are touring as the obvious. What was that conversation like with your parents when you say, hey, we're just going to drive out east and play a bunch of shows?
We bought a van, a Dodge Sportsman. We called it Mabel. And it was a pretty, I forget what we got it for. We had a roadie named John Coy who was older. He was kind of our he was 21.
Okay.
And we were
21-year-olds in the 80s, definitely responsible.
And he was not. I mean,
he was not.
I mean, but he had like, he was a charmer, and my mom loved him, and they were just like, okay, they were probably terrified, because I think about that. I've had, I have kids, but they're grown up, but I just, back then I would have been like, oh God. But we did it. They were cool. They just didn't say anything. Man. There was no pushback, really. We just were like, we're doing this.
Yeah, it was the 80s, man.
And we were 18 by that time, so technically they couldn't have stopped us anyway.
Yeah. So when you guys toured after those two tours, were you like, this is what I want to do?
It's all I ever wanted to do. The thing with me is I never had like a whole lot of ambition as far as like making it. For me, it was always just like being a better songwriter.
Yeah.
That was always my goal, and I think that kind of went against maybe some of the other stuff. That's why I was never good at promotion and stuff, because I was like, I just, happy to do it. I guess maybe I started out thinking, you'll never top the Beatles. So, just do the best you can, and, be happy to
whatever comes out.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad about that now. I in hindsight, but whatever.
Yeah, it's easy in hindsight.
No regrets, Here we are.
We're
at a coffee place in Dayton, man.
We could adopt that as our tagline, just doing the best we can. Meet me in the city.
Yeah.
I mean,
we are literally just doing the best we can.
We're just doing the best we can.
Yeah, it's fun.
Everybody is.
It's still fun. I mean, we represent 99% of like whoever's ever attempted to play music.
There you go.
There's no
that's
shame
right.
in that.
Right? No, not at all. I mean, and going back to that, getting up in front of people and doing it.
Yeah.
You've done it.
Yeah.
Again and again and again.
And I still do, and that's cool.
It's
a thing. It's like a lifelong thing. It's
So you move with the band to Chicago, early 90s. What year is that? 92, 93?
93.
93.
New Year's Eve between 93 and 94.
Literally when Dayton is about to blow up.
Yes. Yeah, literally.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Sorry. Didn't mean to put salt in that wound.
It's not a wound. It's
yeah. So you go up there, take the band with you, and
the drummer was moving there to be with his girlfriend.
Okay.
She was in school.
Okay.
I don't know. So we were like, well, he's going. Let's just move to Chicago.
Yeah. Well,
we need a change.
Chicago also had a developing scene at that time too. So it's not like you were going to nothing.
We'll get into that. The developing scene was more like, it was way different than Dayton. So it wasn't like community kind of a scene. It was, everybody was trying to be Urge Overkill as soon as we got there, or Smashing Pumpkins. That's how it probably still is like that there. It's like very like just be whatever is hip, and like people were dressing cool but stupid, but cool. And I just did not. I never fit into it. I could never find my footing there.
Well, hang here for a second, because you brought up a very interesting idea. One of the things that this podcast represents is Dayton is the base, but we feel like there are scenes everywhere that are like Dayton. Although the more we talk to people, maybe not. What were some of the big differences between Chicago? Because I mean, that you moved there in '93, and It's not just Smashing Pumpkins and Urge Overkill. There's a bunch of other stuff happening there. What do you feel is the big difference between Chicago and then the music scene in Dayton?
Well, I mean, Chicago.
Besides the fact that Chicago is like one of the biggest cities in the world, and Dayton's not.
I mean, but you can't avoid that. There's
Right.
so many places to play.
Yeah.
And so many bands.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get into the good places unless you know somebody. It's very
Yeah.
know somebody kind of vibe, And I just feel my recollection of it is just like there was an expectation of everybody to, be something amazing. And, there was not like there was no, I don't even know what, it wasn't like the incubator that Dayton is sort of,
Okay.
where you just are all friends and it's it's so tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes all the difference in the world. And I just never I didn't want to go out there and like just spread my shit and like be like, hey, this is my thing. And, make demos. And back then it was so like, the 90s were the worst for like, everybody expected you to like have a career at any level, It's like everything was about your resume and people asking you what you do before they ask you how you are, that kind of thing. I mean, it was a nightmare, like in hindsight, just everything. I would, and I'm also trying to work a job, which I'm not great at making money. So I was struggling with that the whole time. And then I got married, I had kids, and then, I went back to school. And then, so I was like in a band full time, I was working full time, and I was in school full time, and I had a kid, and it was just, I just did not do it the way you're supposed to if you're going to go there to play music. You need to be like, the fuck you, I'm going to play music. You need to do Bruce Springsteen, and I'm going to sleep on a mattress in a warehouse with rats and live off of, broth and water, and that's it. And I don't care. I'm going to do this no matter. That's not me,
Yeah.
One thing I pick up on though is when you said earlier the Dayton scene was locally put together, whereas Chicago didn't seem to be that at all. Was it just hard to get people out to see you, and because everyone was in a band, and
it was,
you could go out every night and see a band?
Yeah, the shows you could get. Like you couldn't we couldn't get into the Empty Bottle, unless we would have been something amazing, and we weren't. I mean, part of it is just that the quality of the band probably was not, definitely wasn't up to speed. It got better like near the end. Like I got some guys. Once the Obvious finally broke up, and it was kind of falling apart almost from go when we got to Chicago. Even though we tried to do some stuff. Once I got some new guys and maybe a little better quality musician guys, it started to, and my songwriting got better. I felt freer to write stuff that wasn't, I felt a little pigeonholed by that band after a while. I always did a little because like sometimes the guys in the band wanted to be more of a whatever was going on thing, and I just wanted to write what I was writing, So I was always more of a pop songwriter than I was never a punk rock guy, really. I never got into the whole ethos or whatever. Never, I was just a suburban kid who wanted to write pretty melodies, and I started getting into John Prine and John Hyatt and stuff like that, and like a little different music, a little more songwritery kind of stuff, and that changed. And then the limitations of the band really started to show up in Chicago for me, and I was like, oh, these guys can't actually keep up with what I'm trying to do, so I had to try to find other people. But it really, the big thing with the shows was, you're playing Phyllis's Musical Inn on a Wednesday night. Nobody's going to that show, You got to get the bigger shows. And I didn't really know how to do that. I just didn't, I could never get my foot in the door with it. Maybe the stylistically, because what I was doing was not, the alt country thing started taking off maybe like a little later. Bloodshot Records was there, and Nico Case and stuff started happening. And then people started being like, oh, it's cool to be a cowboy in Illinois, or whatever. And then
in the city,
yeah, exactly. And but actually that worked out better for me because I could find some people who dug my songs more, and then I got a little more of a reputation, maybe. Not a reputation as a songwriter there, but maybe just a little more cred. I don't know. I just
More of a known quantity.
yeah.
What was the name of that band?
The first band I was in, well, it was kind of the transition band, was called John Henry's Train. They were like an existing band that I just jumped in on, and then I became like kind of half the songwriting team in that band, and that lasted maybe a couple of years, and it was fun. It ended, but it got me out of my old funk of whatever I was doing before, and these guys like at least appreciated like songwriter stuff a little more. And then the next band, which was pretty good, was called Face for Radio. That was my first attempt at like a John Dubuc is doing this now thing. And that was,
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's cool.
And we put out one thing, like it was this tiny EP that maybe you could find online, or I probably have some at home if you guys ever want it.
Right.
It's a home recording type stuff, but it was pretty fun, Still not great, but,
So what year was that around?
So John Henry's Train, 96 probably.
Okay.
And the whole time I was in Chicago, honestly, in my 20s, I wrote the best stuff I ever wrote in that like period. That's like your sweetest spot as a artist or whatever, really, as far as the creative juice and stuff like that. So I wrote a ton of songs while I was there that were really good, but I just never had like a platform that really represented them.
Yeah.
Do you have any fond memories of your time in Chicago?
I have tons. I mean,
Good.
I had a great time. I had a great time. I had a great time in the city. I worked at the Art Institute of Chicago. I made lots of weird artsy friends that are still friends, and the city itself was great. I just I kind of maybe I think I'm prone to doing this, but I just kind of sort of convinced myself that was cool enough to live in that city. It was not until I moved back that I was like, probably shouldn't have even left. I'm glad I got the experience.
Sure.
I got to live in a big city and stuff, but it's such a struggle. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
You're just constantly just underwater. You're treading water at best.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
So what changed to move back? Like, why? What was the decision?
Well, we couldn't afford to live there.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, I had 2 kids, and my wife was like, we looked at houses in the burbs, and it was like, why, if we're gonna live in the suburbs,
way out,
yeah, exactly. If we're gonna live like 40 minutes away, what's the point?
Yeah.
Let's just move to Ohio, because
40 minutes away and about an hour and a half drive.
Exactly.
And 15 miles probably.
Yeah. And we had 2 sets of grandparents here, so we're like, fuck it. And so we moved back here, and it was immediately, it was a good move, but that's when it, like, for me, like songwriting, like really became like a thing. Like I played co-ops when I got back, because that's all I had. I had no band. That's all I'd ever done was playing bands. And I would go down to Musicians Co-op on Tuesdays at Canal Street, starting in 2003. And I would sign up, but I was like, there were some really good people. I don't know if you guys remember it. Well, Will Cope was playing back then.
Yeah.
And
I went to high school with him.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brody Porterfield, do you remember him?
No.
He's a good friend of mine still, but he's like a brilliant guitar player, the kind of that world classy James Taylor kind of, he can just play anything on a guitar.
Yeah.
He was from South Carolina and came here to go to school for photography and stayed for longer than he should have, and then eventually moved back. But just there were some really good people, and I realized like right away, I was like, oh God, I got to up my game, because I don't know how to play by myself, I'm like up there, and I'm just like, I'm terrible. I was like I didn't know how to play guitar or accompany myself well or anything. So I just started really, really like working on that hard. And I did for like 5 years. I worked my ass off at it, and I got really good at it, but I still didn't record. I'm just like, I don't know what it is about me, man. I just am like, getting good at it and being good at it was enough for me. Probably still is.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
One of the things we found with a lot of people who, especially playing around Dayton, like who continue to play and create art, and whether it's for, trying to make it, whatever even that means anymore, or just for yourself. I just think it's cool that people still play music even long after. Looking at Dan and Sean playing music.
You're saying they're past their prime?
I am for sure. I have mold on me.
Oh,
They just played Friday night, and I made a business decision to not go see them this time. And I texted them the next morning. I said, "What time did you guys go on last night?" Oh, what'd you say? 11:45, midnight.
Yeah.
Midnight.
No,
and I was like,
it's hard.
That's the stuff that where'd you guys play?
Blind Bob's.
Okay,
That's hard.
That is rough. Being in a bar that late, that's the thing I hate now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we can get into this all you want. Like, but I'm big for the early show. I bet this is, and I'm big for no cover charge.
Wow. Nice.
It's my big thing. We started doing this probably about, I don't know how long ago, right when Widener was in the Guilty Pleasures thing that I started doing. That started in like 2018 or something.
Oh, okay.
That
was in 2018.
Yeah. It was a solo thing until then, and then got that together. It was fun. I mean, it's still happening, but it was like Widener was, it was fun playing with him for a while. And but it's changed. It's still, it's like it's evolved. We have it's like a completely different lineup now. But anyway, we started doing these like matinee shows at South Park Tavern. So we'd play at like noon or 12:30.
Man.
And it was kind of my idea because I was like, I read some Beatles. I read Beatles books still, but I was like, they used to do these lunchtime sessions at the Cavern Club, So they'd be playing at like noon, and people would come in on their lunch break and stuff during the week and watch them play, and then they'd go back to work and stuff. And I was like, we could do that. So they let us do it on Sundays for like once a month. We did it, and the place was packed. And they gave us 10% of whatever they sold, beer and food.
Oh, wow.
And then we got a tip jar, and we made more money than you would make from. And that way nobody got charged because people would just come in to have lunch. I hate that. It's like, sorry, it's $10.
Yeah.
But if you want to get food, you got to pay $10 first. I have all kinds of problems with like cover charges for shows, and we can get into record
That's
release
a cool
shows.
idea.
Especially.
Yeah, it is a cool idea.
That's a really good idea.
My big thing is,
People
again,
tip.
Do they?
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, they do more than they will want to pay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very
Especially after
interesting.
they have beers, they'll throw a 20 in there. They
Have
will.
another beer.
They will.
right.
They'll appreciate you.
Cool. We've only played 2 shows. We played one in December and then one last week. But
Spacing them out strategically.
Again, we're old. He lives in Covington. But my thing is that both shows I had to put together the show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm too old for this crap.
It's a nightmare.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
After the show, you got to load all that shit up and drive home. It's
Right.
like, it's that, oh God, forget about it. It's
Right.
the worst. And even the people that are coming to your shows are like our age. They don't want to be out.
No.
If they can,
Hello.
But if you could go, if the show started at 7 or 8 at the latest,
Yeah.
also don't have, we can talk about different bars, but like don't have 4 bands on the bill. You
Right.
start the show at 9 and like the headliner finishes at 1 a.m. What the fuck
Well, we
is
had to
that?
because we only have 32 minutes.
No,
right now, so.
I get it.
Which that's
it.
not for a local
No.
set. If you
Yeah.
have 2 or 3 bands, 30, 40 minutes, it's fine.
You got to
just-
switch.
It just should start way sooner. Yeah,
Yes.
you can do. Yeah, you don't have to play for very long, and it's just all we can get into all of that. But I just don't. I feel like shows should start earlier in general, and I
Yeah.
think it would be. I think people are afraid of that for some reason. But think about that. You can still hang out after the show and actually just hang out and talk.
Right,
Otherwise, you're just,
right.
rapping chords and lifting amps. Ugh.
Anybody who's going to come and
Hate
drink
that.
a beer at your show, they'll be fine to drink a beer at 7:00.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And after, if you end at 10.
Yes.
They'll stick around and have another.
Have one before, during, and after.
Right.
You can
John,
do
let's
all of
get
it.
this going, man.
Yeah, we
Let's
gotta
make
get
this
this.
a regular
I'm
thing.
totally in it, man. I just have found. I just think that the record release shows to me are like the biggest jip. I can't say that word, but they are though. Like a band is like you're gonna we're putting out this record that we made on vinyl just because we wanted to, not because there's a demand for it. And so everybody shows up and you're like, you're going to pay $20 for the record. You're going to pay $15 to get in. Yeah. So you've paid, if you want a record, that's $35. T-shirt, 15, then you're going to spend $6 per beer.
Yeah. That's
per
cheap.
beer. Yeah. And then we're going to make you sit through 2 bands before us. I mean, and seriously, I'm not kidding. I'm just like, this is bull crap. It is. Don't you? I mean, I don't know.
Look, I would love to normalize a 7 o'clock start time. It would be better for everybody.
Well, I'm thinking of Blind Bob's. They have great food, which I had just when we were there, and it was awesome. So you're talking about getting 10% of the food and beer, man. If
Throw
you
a tip
have
jar
those
out,
bands,
baby.
And I'm not kidding about the tip jar. You just put the tip
I think
jar
it's a
up
great
there.
idea.
People just come up and they just drop money in there, and by the end of the night, you got like a couple $100 in there.
That's
you
killer.
just do.
I kind of like this.
This is why we had you on to bring these ideas.
That's right.
Oh, I'm going to get pushback. You guys are going to get lots of pushback.
No way, man.
There's a lot of people who disagree with this, especially the people who run the bars.
The tens of people who listen to our podcast, the dozens of people, they're going to be into it, I think.
I think they're going to make more money. Like the bars, because the people are going to come in earlier. They're going to buy more stuff. You're going to want to eat probably if it's earlier.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they can drink, earlier and go home.
I love the idea.
And then you can drink, and then you can drink afterwards, or people can hang out, and then you can actually even hang out for a couple hours after.
You
and get
be
home
the promoter.
Oh,
you get us going.
Oh gosh,
Will's got all the time to do that.
When I was kind of jealous of these guys as they're ramping back up the band stuff and they're rehearsing, and I'm not anymore. After Friday night, I was like,
I don't think we'll be playing Blast again.
I'm like, you guys just put a nail in that coffin for me. You have no desire to play in a band right now.
If you're over a certain age, you can't play after a certain time.
No.
I think the best thing to do is to kind of put together your own shows and do them Vagabond's a cool place. They take like a cut of the money for using the venue. They take like 50% or whatever, but that's $20 suggested donation, which is kind of highly suggested donation at the door. But I mean, you go there, you can bring your own beer, and they, that's like they do those on, first Fridays or whatever, and have a band play. It's a great little intimate. I like those little small intimate places now, especially for the music I play. I can't stand playing loud anymore. I don't like listening to really loud music. It's just too much. I don't like wearing earplugs because it just is
I don't either. I
never
hate it.
have.
I hate it.
Yeah.
And so it's just like if I'm gonna play loud, I'm just gonna do it, But we practice quiet now. I try to keep it, so you can hear the vocals, which was always the problem in all the bands I was in. Yeah. And looking back, because Ernest, he was in this band for a while, like when it first started, and I was like, Jesus, you play loud, Widener plays loud. Yeah. It's
Sean
like,
Johnson
I
plays
gotta
loud.
feel it.
And then there's this. We can get into the pedal board because I'm definitely not a gearhead. I have a one little, a distortion thing that's just. But I don't even turn it on and off. It's just always on. And then my amp's on 1.5 and my guitar's on. It's quiet. But there's guitarists always they're like, well, you can't even hear the effect until you're on at least 7,
What? Really?
Or whatever.
I don't know.
And there's that whole thing. I can't deal with the noisiness of it all. I just want it to be quiet and
don't see us.
Yeah.
No. I'll still go. I still get it. It's not, but it's for my own purposes. But the quiet shows also, you will find that, people bring their kids out, if you play early. I mean, they just become these kind of family deals, and it's pretty fun.
Which is cool.
It is
It
cool.
really is, especially at our age, because you don't have to be cool anymore or anything.
You don't care.
That. You don't care.
You're just playing music.
Yeah.
I care.
Yeah, you might care. I mean, if the kids are there.
He puts a lot of effort in his looks.
I put a lot of effort.
His looks.
I'm telling you though. But then they started. Then the pandemic happened, and that totally fucked up the matinee thing because now they open at 4, and they said we could start doing those again 4 o'clock. We might try to do that.
I think
play
that
at
would be
4 or
cool.
5.
Yeah.
So we might try that again. But it was a really cool thing for a while, and it was
I love
we
that
called them
idea.
pizza matinees.
Pizza
Yeah.
matinees.
So,
Great.
That's a great idea, especially on Sunday.
Yeah.
On a Sunday.
Yeah.
I like it. John, what's stirring your drink now with music? What are you excited about?
What do you have coming up?
I had new music. I had nothing super. What do I have coming up? Not a lot. I haven't been booking a lot of stuff, you know. Well, our guitar player, Kent Montgomery. Do you guys know Kent from the New Old Fashioned? You guys know any?
I know the New
Yeah.
Old Fashioned, but I don't know him.
He's the guitar player. He's in my band too.
Okay.
He just had his second baby. So he was out kind of for a while. So we kind of took a little bit of a hiatus. We're kind of getting back into it now. Then our drummer, Dan Stahl,
Yeah.
formerly of
Oh, Dan
Shrug.
Stalls.
Dan's drumming with us.
Who does
right
he
now.
not play with?
I know. He knows.
He knows.
Yeah.
He bought a drum
Yeah.
set off of me.
Who are you not playing with, Dan?
So
You
tell
know?
us
Right.
who you're not playing
Right.
with.
Now I
Exactly.
heard a Human Cannonball might be getting back together.
Oh,
Human
really?
Cannonball?
There's another band Dan's in. Yeah, do you know them?
I
Jeffrey?
have. I
Okay.
remember that.
But how was I? Oh, he had knee surgery and he's playing in a couple bands. So it's hard to get people. It's hard to get people in a room for one night
Yeah,
a week.
yeah,
it's
right.
almost impossible.
Oh,
One
yeah.
night a week. We practice it once a month.
So we do.
That works.
My favorite gig of the year is Porch Fest, and we're doing
Yeah.
that. That's
That's
coming
awesome.
up in August. We're playing at 2:00.
Nice.
18 LaBelle, Andy
Perfect.
Valeri's house. As always.
Nice.
Yeah, and we got a show at the end of May doing that. We're opening for. Oh God, these guys.
The May will be already.
Kick my ass.
It's okay. It's,
Charlie and Amanda Jackson. What's their band called? I'm sorry, Avalon Park. They're doing a record release, so we're playing that. We're guest drummer because Dan's out. He's got another gig that night with Heather. So the Trevor Bell from Boxcar Suite is playing drums.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Phil Cavanis, the bass player for my band, is also in Boxcar Suite. I mean,
my
everybody's.
gosh. Yeah.
I know.
Everybody's
It's all
trading.
When is Porch Fest?
incestuous. August, maybe 22nd. It's
Okay.
usually like one of the last Saturdays in August.
That'll be relevant because I think this
It's a
episode
great-
will come out
great.
to the end of June. So
Okay.
if you're looking to see John out and about, hit
Porch
Porch
Fest.
Fest.
Yeah.
Andy
in
Valeri's
August.
house.
Yeah.
Andy Valeri's house. First house on the left on LaBelle.
Behind that restaurant
2
we
o'clock.
like.
Yeah, and
Ugly
it's-
Duckling.
We play in the backyard.
Yeah.
Is it by the Ugly Duckling?
I think so.
We play in the backyard, so it's really nice. We play in the back porch. It's like shady, so
Oh,
even
cool.
when it's
Oh,
hot,
yeah.
it's nice back
Nice.
there. Have you guys been to Porch Fest in Dayton?
No.
No.
I've known people who
comes.
played it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And next year, sign up because it's really fun. They just,
Okay.
assign you a porch and you just do your thing.
Let's
You
do it.
can do it acoustic. You can
And
do it
it's
electric.
during the
You can
day.
do whatever you want. Yeah,
Daylight
daylight
sounds like a good time for a
It's-
show.
People
ends
may
at-
see
ends
us.
at like 7:00.
Man,
Yeah.
I like
That's
it.
cool.
We
And
could
it's
do 2 shows.
Walk
that night.
around. They just close the streets off. Well, you can
wonderful.
still drive on most of the streets, but they have vendors like food trucks and all that stuff everywhere, and all these it's up to like 60 porches now.
Wow.
Wow.
I played the first one and it was 12
Yeah.
porches.
That's
it's all in
amazing.
St. Anne's Hill.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you can
Great.
bring beer and walk around and just check
Have
out
fun.
bands. Yeah, it's cool. It's a good
That's
time.
really cool.
So those are the only 2 things right now.
That's
Hopefully more.
good.
And I'm trying to maybe get back into. I haven't been writing much, but I'm also old, so I got to remember that. But that the creative juices aren't just going to be like
Right.
Coming
flowing.
at you.
Exactly.
I
But
can
it's been-
relate.
Yeah.
All my juices are like parody songs anymore.
Man,
That's
I
all right.
did
I
not
thought
know
you were
you were
gonna
going to
go
go with that. Holy cow!
Yeah. Are you parodying stuff? Is
Yeah.
that what your whole thing is?
No.
We're
Wait,
Weird
thought I
Al
was-
at Dayton.
yeah.
Now he's Weird Al at Dayton.
Oh, okay.
The Meatloaf of Dayton, the Weird Al of Dayton.
So Brandon Barry will love you for
The Phil,
sure.
he's
That's
also
his-
the Phil Collins of Tip City
Of Tip
because he
City.
at one
There's
time
a
was
lot
a
of names.
singing drummer. Dan
Yeah,
is,
Wow.
I know.
He gets
I've
around.
done it all.
he's done some things. Yes, he
You
has.
are-
He's Alish.
Sean,
thank
Dan,
you, John,
we
for
appreciate your
coming
time
on.
today. Do you have
Yeah.
you guys have any
Thanks.
other questions, thoughts, comments?
It was awesome. It was really a good conversation.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah,
you
man.
coming
Yeah.
on.
I feel like I was all
Great.
over the place, but
No,
No, it was awesome. We
that was
love
great.
hearing
Good
the
stuff.
stories.
I enjoyed
All
it.
the connective tissue of
Yeah.
everyone in the Dayton area.
We didn't even get into Kazernis.
I know.
I could go on for hours about that guy.
Did you listen to his episode?
I have not listened
Oh
to his
my
episode
gosh.
yet.
That's amazing.
Well, thanks, John.
John, thank you for joining us. We'll look
Yeah.
for you at Porch Fest 2026.
Yeah.
If you are listening to this episode, you probably have time to make plans to go, and you should come check them out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
This is
John.
great.
Thank you.
Really cool.
If you want to start